AGA is the main sponsor for this event today. It is the second consecutive year that AGA is supporting the Cryptoverse Summit in Mauritius. It is important to highlight that AGA has members in over 95 countries around the world, and the local member is none other than barrister Mr. Ashveen Gopee, who is also the managing director of Lex Frontier Law Firm in Mauritius. So let's put our hands together and give our next speaker a warm welcome.
Thank you very much. I think, Benito, you should probably think of rebranding Wakanda 4.0 to Wakanda Forever. Mr. Parmisa, the Permanent Secretary at the Ministry of Financial Services and Good Governance, Mr. Dakou, the Chief Executive of the Financial Services Commission, Mr. Vinay Gudai, the Director of Financial Services at the Economic Development Board, Dr. Jane Thompson, the Chairperson of the World Metaverse Council, and of course, Benito Eliza, the CEO and founder of Wakanda 4.0 and the driver behind the Cryptoverse Summit. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, both in presence here and those online. As the Mauritius law firm of the Alliott Global member law firm of the Alliott Global Alliance, allow me to extend a warm welcome to you all to make this event a fruitful one. For those who have been striving to fly to Mauritius but could not have been able to make it, please note that there is a camera on your Zoom right now that faces the beach and the sun and the sea. It has been put there just to nag you. Okay, no, I'm kidding. We are not that vile. But here's an idea for next time, probably to host it in the metaverse. Why not? There we go. Right. We have one such person who has been toying with the idea of coming with us here in Mauritius, but could not have been able to do so because of his other commitments. He's currently in Athens, and I'm speaking of Mr. Giles Brakes, the CEO of Alliott Global Alliance, an extremely dynamic person and very supportive of the Cryptoverse Summit. This is the second time that the Alliott Global Alliance is sponsoring the event, and for all the very good reasons. And with that, I would like to welcome Mr. Giles Brakes. He's online, he's with us.
Hello, can you hear me?
Right.
Good morning.
I'll just give a brief overview of what the Alliott Global Alliance represent. As hinted a little bit earlier by Benito, we are a network of law firm and accounting firm. We have the representative of the accounting firm here in Mauritius with us. We are present in over 95 countries and 300 cities around the world. It's truly global. And there we are. Very good morning to you, Giles. I believe it's like 6 in the morning where you are.
Good morning. Yes, good morning, Ashveen. It is indeed about 6:30 here. I'm not in Athens though. I'm in London, but it's nonetheless a pleasure to be with you, and thank you very much for the opportunity to just say a few words. Am I coming through clearly? Can you hear me okay? Can you hear me okay, Ashveen?
Sorry, yeah, all okay.
Yes, just I would love to have been with you in Mauritius. It's always a fabulous place to visit and do business, of course. As Ashveen has said, Alliott Global Alliance is the main and the Bitcoin sponsor for the second year in a row of the Cryptoverse Summit, when we're very proud and delighted to be the sponsor. And I'm also very pleased for Mauritius that a conference of this caliber is taking place on the island with your supportive legal framework and governance, culture. Mauritius is the perfect location for the event, and I have every confidence that the jurisdiction will fulfill its potential as a fintech hub in the future. Anyway, let me give you a little bit of information about us. Alliott Global Alliance is one of the largest global alliances of commercial law and accounting firms in the world. We have some 300 offices across 95 countries with over 7,000 staff providing professional advisory solutions to private companies and international groups and private investors. And on the legal side, we are ranked as a tier 1 law firm network by the illustrious Chambers and Partners. So with the crypto sector being global by nature, Alliott Global Alliance, we think, is the perfect partner for any company in this very dynamic market. We can give you access to not only crypto savvy business lawyers, but also to accountants, tax advisors, and auditors in and across most of the world's jurisdictions in the developed and the developing world. It's also important for you to know that our alliance has a crypto, blockchain, and fintech practice group that brings together specialist advisors who are at the top of their game and who can help you with your cross-border transactions, holding structures, tax structures, and of course advise you on regulatory compliance as it changes around the world. Each of our lawyers and accountants not only know their jurisdiction's legal system or tax regime like the back of their hand, but what really differentiates us is that we all know each other very well through the alliance. We know each other on a personal basis, and we can coordinate anything you might need pretty much anywhere in the world. I believe there are probably very few global consulting firms or networks that can match our level of expertise and of course geographic coverage in the crypto area. And I'm sure you're going to see the expertise and diversity of our people shine through on today's panel later this morning. And of course, the other thing that we can boast about is having one of the foremost lawyers in Mauritius in this space. So I'm very pleased to hand back the reins now to Ashveen Gopee of Lex Frontier, who is, of course, as you've heard, the lawyer representative for the Alliance in Mauritius. So thank you very much for the opportunity to speak to you today, and I wish you all a very successful conference.
Thank you, Giles. I just realized, of course. It just occurred to me, I think last year you, because in the jurisdiction where you were at that particular time, you sent us a recording. This time you're live with us, live streaming, and hopefully next year you're going to be with us in presence.
Yes, Ashveen, I would love to be there in person. You know that. If only my travel schedule hadn't got in the way, but thank you very much.
Springing from where Giles has left us with regards to the crypto practice that we have within the Allied Global Alliance. Now, if there is one motto that is my guiding principle, it's this old African proverb which says that alone you can go fast, but together you go far. And the Allied Global Alliance captures the essence of that. It stands for together as one. Together as one is the value that is entrenched into the fabric of the Allied Global Alliance. It is weaved, in fact, in its logo. And the crypto practice within the Allied Global Alliance cannot be more revealing than that, as you will but you will see in a moment, where we will have a panel from 7 lawyers from the Allied Global Alliance, ranging from various jurisdictions: Argentina, United States of America, 2 from London. We have a guest from who's with us here from France to share with us her experience in this crypto world. We have a lawyer from Uganda, myself from Mauritius, and we're going to have someone else from Hong Kong. So already it shows you very clearly the span of our involvement into that space. Now, let me put things in perspective. The crypto world, as you all know, it's an extremely noisy place. It's an extremely dynamic place. So not a single day passes where you don't have a breaking news in this world. This morning, some of you may know already that, let's speak about regulations, regulatory. The MiCA, the Market in Crypto Assets, has got the green light go ahead from the EU ministers. And I'm going just to tell you a few things that happened a few days back, just to give you a perspective, an idea of how dynamic this space is. I was exchanging with somebody from Kansas Finance last night about a regulatory framework with regards to Bitcoin's ATM machines. There are concerns and regulatory frameworks which are coming up now. You might have heard about Binance leaving Canada because of stablecoins regulation. Now, this is a takeaway from my dear friends from Financial Services Commissions and also the ETB to find out exactly what is happening there to capture that opportunity. Investment, Milady NFT, just spiked by 60%, following a statement made by Elon Musk. If we look at governance, FTX, it's still making news with Sam Bankman-Fried's connection with the politicians. And legal, about 2 weeks ago, there was a judgment in Hong Kong for Gatecoin, which is unprecedented and quite a breakthrough in Hong Kong, where Hong Kong now, the court realizes that virtual asset is an asset, Bitcoin is an asset within that jurisdiction and is capable of being held in trust. A few weeks back, we had another groundbreaking judgment from California concerning a DAO, VZX, where the Californian court stated that the DAO was, in fact, a partnership. Now, why I'm saying all this is just to tell you that not a single day you will wake up, your knowledge of yesterday will still be valid or will not have to be tested. And this is where the Cryptoverse, the crypto practice within the Alliott Global Alliance stands strong, because it is impossible. And that thing that is happening is unprecedented, has never happened in the history of humanity, with such dynamism affecting the whole of the world. And within the crypto practice, within the Alliott Global Alliance, we have the opportunity of sharing and updating ourselves on almost a daily basis. But not only that, when it comes to cross-border transaction, you know that you're never alone. When it comes to structuring to sales and purchase of virtual assets, very often it involves more than one jurisdiction. And in that sense, the Alliott Global Alliance and its crypto practice, it comes forward as a one-stop shop. Mauritius now, I will not be complete if I don't say a few things about my island, my beloved country. As we stand here, we have to realize something. I was in Dubai 2 weeks earlier. And of course, Dubai is a jurisdiction that sells itself. But something quite apparent came up, is that Mauritius, as a jurisdiction, we have no reason to shy away. We are one of the topmost jurisdictions. If you think that in Mauritius, you're having or you're experiencing some sort of difficulties at times, with the regulators' understanding or your business and etc., trust me, it's around the world, and that includes even Dubai. What we are as a jurisdiction We are a jurisdiction which is extremely dynamic. And again, to put things in perspective, let me tell you this. That judgment that I just told you about, the Californian judgment, BZX Dow, where the Californian court held that a DAO is a partnership. And therefore, in that particular case, what has happened, there was a hack of the private keys. And there was a loss of about $50 million. So the participants on the DAO, they sued those people who were managing the DAO. And the court held that because it is a partnership arrangement, therefore all the partners were personally liable. Now hear that. 2 weeks before that judgment, the Financial Services Commission issued a draft DAO guide note. And in the draft DAO guide note, it already recognized that a limited liability partnership could be a structure adopted for a DAO. That's amazing. The main difference being that in the US, it was recognized as a partnership, but not a limited liability partnership. And they were all liable to the full extent. But in Mauritius, you can structure your DAO to be a limited liability partnership amongst the 3 other structures that the FSC recognizes for DAO. I mean, that again, just to tell you the kind of avant-gardist jurisdiction that Mauritius is. The Vitus came into operation on the 7th of February last year. Within 2 weeks of the Vitus, we already had the AML safety framework that was there, and supporting the Vitus, we already have 8 rules, including the travel rules, and most countries do not even have that. And last but not least, we have to bear in mind that Mauritius is not in the grey list. And by that, structuring your business in Mauritius gives you a seal that very few countries in the world can give you. Last now, I'll turn to my friend Benito Elisa, and I like to thank him for his initiative, for his stamina. And he is truly a true crypto enthusiast. And in fact, I think the first time that I met him, he was wearing a T-shirt with a Bitcoin insignia on that. And he gave me a tie, and I'll leave that to your guest to what was on the tie. And this is where I'll resume my seat, and I wish you all a very fruitful summit. Thank you very much.